Phone caller. Is this XYZ insurance company claims department?
Response. This is the claims department.
Caller. Are you the XYZ insurance company claims department?
Response. This is the claims department.
Caller. Are you an employee of XYZ?
Response.
We are not XYZ. Joe Petrelli, president and co-founder of insurance rating agency Demotech, reported the words similar to those he spoke, and what he heard on the other end of the line, when he called a phone number displayed on an internet-based advertisement indicating an insurance company's name alongside an 800 number for claims. The responder wasn't a person from the claims department of the carrier. It wasn't an automaton either. Instead, it was a representative of a law firm, he said, noting that the person on the other end of the line finally did reveal their identity to him. They were eventually honest. Petrelli, a member of the Casualty Actuarial Society, told a group of peers gathered at the CAS seminar on reinsurance in early June during a session on recent developments in the Florida insurance market and implications of what he repeatedly referred to as tech-enabled claim instigation for carriers across the nation. He used the phrase to sum up the misdirected phone call and a variety of tech-driven activities like litigation marketing and search engine optimization, SEO, as well as the emergence of litigation management platforms for law firms, all of which he believes helped bring about the demise of Florida residential property insurers in recent years. In short, they used technology, opportunistically, but in many cases legally, to bring more plaintiffs to their firms to sue insurance companies. I thought of them as Olympic swimmers, and they drowned in the kiddie pool. We wanted to know why, said Petrelli, referring to a group of now insolvent Florida insurers. Petrelli and Forewarn co-founder Todd Kozakowski believe opportunists, law firms and public adjusters using tools like SEO to buy Google keywords related to insurance, are at the root of the litigation crisis that sank Florida-focused residential property insurers to the point of insolvency. But it's not simply a Florida problem, Petrelli told carrier management in an email after the CAS meeting. This is a national issue. The opportunists utilized the disproportionate litigation levels in Florida as well as claims emanating from catastrophes as camouflage to develop, refine and hew their tools, he wrote. At the CAS seminar, he reported that Kozakowski's analysis of 600 billion search return pages revealed, for example, one law firm diverting 10,000 Google searches intended for a national insurance carrier to a page on the law firm's website inviting searchers to sue the insurer. They tried 10,000 times. 1 month. One law firm, he stressed. Yes, there's a problem in Florida, where opportunists perfected their craft. But they have gone national. Every line of business, every state, every company. The Florida problem. Petrelli said he and Kozakowski started their research in March of 2022, when we basically saw that the companies that were built to withstand disparate litigation were among the insolvencies in Florida. He displayed a slide with the names of 6 failed Florida carriers as he spoke: St. John's Insurance, Southern Fidelity, Gulfstream Property and Casualty, UPC Insurance, Weston Insurance, and Avatar Property and Casualty Insurance Company. I thought of them as Olympic swimmers, and they drowned in the kiddie pool. We wanted to know why, he said, describing his decision to reach out with Kozakowski, a technologist and former executive of a number of tech companies, including InsurTech Clearsurance, to find answers. Carrier management could not exactly reproduce the number of litigations referenced by Demotech for St. John's from 2016 to 2012. But the pattern of spiking litigations for St. John's and all of the failed carriers is clear by entering their names into legal service of process reports available online from the Florida Department of Financial Services. Carrier management was able to reproduce similar trends for some national carriers, as well. We knew that it couldn't be billboards. It couldn't be door knockers, Petrelli said, referencing a slide that showed a 20-fold increase in new litigations for St. John's between 2016 and 2021. It had to be something else, said the rating agency owner who had a vested interest in the joint mission with Kozakowski since Demotech had rated the failed insurers before they tanked. Despite the FLOIR, Florida Office of Insurance Regulation, documenting disproportionate levels of litigation in Florida's residential property insurance marketplace from calendar 2016 forward. I viewed the carrier liquidations of 2021, which included American Capital Assurance Corporation, dual-rated at a high level by Demotech and a well-known insurer rating agency, as surprising. Petrelli wrote in a recent article for a Demotech publication, Spring 2023, The Demotech Difference, page 14. The documentation he was referring to is an oft-cited analysis of FLOIR and NAIC data by III, finding that nearly 80% of all home insurance litigation in the U.S. stems from Florida, despite the state only accounting for less than 10% of all home insurance claims. His carriers had adapted to the disparate litigation levels through rate increases, changes in coverage, revisions to business models, enhanced underwriting criteria, capital infusions, etc. He wrote, describing actions that should have kept the companies afloat. They didn't. We did a post-mortem, he said during the CAS meeting, presenting the evidence that the accelerated pace of tech-enabled claims was too far out of bounds to be reined in by any of those actions. Among the proof points, according to 4WARN, one public adjuster, a sole proprietor, spending $650,000 a year on Google Ads, resulting in 71% of the traffic to the adjuster's website. Pay-per-click activity for law firms and adjusting firms, surging in conjunction with storm activity. People were buying company names. People were buying key search words, Petrelli said, showing activity around keywords like names of insurance companies or phrases like mobile home insurance in Louisiana. When adjusting firms and law firms buy enough to outrank an insurance carrier's claim department, the result is phone calls like the ones described earlier. Evidence of tactics like keyword, stuffing, cloaking, and redirecting. In an article on Demotech's website written by Kazakowski and Petrelli, they explain that stuffing refers to filling content with irrelevant keywords to manipulate where they rank in search engine results, while cloaking is the practice of showing different content to users and to search engines that rank web pages. The 1990s are calling. Your enterprise risk management process needs a serious upgrade. Spring 2023 edition of The Demotech Difference. Beyond these tactics apparent early in 2022, Kazakowski found active and aggressive marketing in the form of new advertisements and web pages going up on law firm and adjuster websites 5 and 6 days before Hurricane Ian ever hit Florida. They were basically coaxing potential claimants to get in line in advance of the storm. Petrelli suggested at the CAS conference as he showed a slide with ads headlined, Hurricane Ian Insurance Lawyer, and The Best Public Adjuster in Fort Myers. Beyond Florida. No one is immune, Petrelli said at the seminar, displaying a website photo of a group of business people under the heading, Hartford Insurance Claims. Explained Petrelli, those are not Hartford Insurance folks. Those are attorneys who want to sue Hartford Insurance. But behind that picture could be the keywords that they've bought. In addition, Forewarn found evidence that the likes of Cincinnati Insurance and Travelers have been targets. As an example, one slide noted that typing words like Travelers Insurance Personal Injury Settlement into Google returns a law firm link as the first search result. Note, you can test that one at home. Carrier management was able to reproduce that particular Travelers example but did not experience a similar result when typing Cincinnati Insurance Claims into the search engine in mid-June 2023. The ultimate concern is that carriers are now no longer in control of their claim frequency. And, of course, we all know that the litigated and contested claims actually will wind up costing more than non-litigated claims, Petrelli told the actuaries. The article he wrote for the Demotech website gives a numerical example of the impact assuming a frequency of 5 claims per 100 policies in pricing, while tech-enabled instigators were pushing it up to 6, and the double whammy impact from reinsurers who base their prices on the reality of a 6% frequency. At the CAS seminar, Petrelli showed a bubble graph indicating the top targets of litigation marketing efforts of 5 law firms, including State Farm, FedEx and Geico in the biggest bubble for a nationally known personal injury law firm. The smallest bubble, for a national firm that actually represents insurance companies, had life insurance company names tied to their marketing efforts. In the middle of the pack, a Coral Gables, Florida, based firm is targeting Allstate, Walmart and People's Trust. People's Trust, the Florida company, is like 1% the size of Allstate and Walmart, yet it represents that large percentage of this company's activity. Petrelli said he believes the reason the law firm had its litigation marketing firm zero in on people's trust ties back to a verdict the firm had against the carrier. That was a surprise to the company because they thought their wording would be effective. In Petrelli's words, the law firm sensed it had exposed a chink in the armor.
Opportunists everywhere.
This is what they're doing through search engine optimization. They're attacking your cedents, all lines, all states, he told the reinsurance actuaries gathered at the CAS meeting. Petrelli and Kazakowski have presented their findings in a similar manner to carriers and regulators outside of Florida. When we presented our research to the Southeastern Regulators Association at the end of October 2022, Louisiana, Commissioner Donnellan said, "This is opportunism. As soon as it's illegal, we'll do something," Petrelli reported. "This is opportunism. I don't see anything illegal. As soon as it's illegal, we'll do something," Petrelli recalled Commissioner Donnellan saying. In February 2023, the Louisiana Department of Insurance did, in fact, react to illegal activities by the firm McClenny Mosley & Associates, issuing a cease and desist order, and imposing $2 million in fines against the firm and 3 of its partners in May, the maximum amount allowed by law. As reported by Carrier Management's sister publication, Claims Journal, Donnellan said that MMA attorneys' own admissions during hearings before federal court judges showed that the law firm knowingly attempted to defraud Louisiana insurers, leading insurers to believe it represented homeowners in 856 instances when in fact it represented roofing contractors. The MMA saga is recounted in over 24 Claims Journal articles, which reveal that MMA filed more than 2,000 hurricane damage lawsuits over the course of several days in Louisiana, many of which duplicated other filings or contained blatant fact errors. Wrong insurer, wrong hurricane, or citing damage to properties not in a hurricane's path. One aspect of the story that caught Petrelli's attention was the law firm's admission that it agreed to pay $13.9 million for pre-screened client leads, generated by a marketing company known as Velocity, which signed up potential clients through a hurricane damage website. They went over the line, Petrelli said, referring to thousands of consumers for which the law firm filed suits against insurers even though they were not actual claimants. But the opportunism part of it is if they stay within the lines, they're going to be okay, Petrelli noted. La. Insurance commissioner accuses hurricane claim law firm of fraud. La. Insurance commissioner fines hurricane damage law firm $2 million. Offering another example of opportunism, Petrelli reported forewarned findings of 3 national law firms that attempted to redirect traffic intended for travelers' websites 17 million times in a single month. They got 104,000 clicks out of that, a little less than 1%. However, when you annualize it, it's over 1.2 million clicks a year that 3 law firms get where somebody's trying to reach travelers. Petrelli shared that one of his favorite examples of tech-enabled claims instigation uncovered by Kazakowski involved a law firm willing to pay $10 a click for travelers misspelled with 2 L's. Why is that worth the price? Petrelli thinks the firm has reasoned that a person not sharp enough to spell travelers correctly will be easily duped into clicking on its ad instead of a link to travelers. Concluded Petrelli, the Florida situation, yes, it did some damage. They mowed down 6 companies. They litigated them to death, in effect, perfecting their process. Now it's everywhere, he said, reporting that a quick forewarned analysis of happenings on the West Coast after announcements about State Farm and Allstate pulling out of California reveal litigations taking off like a hockey stick. During the course of his presentation, Petrelli also pointed to the use of cloud-based operating platforms, which are now used by law firms to make litigation management activities more efficient, as contributing tech-enabled factor that is fueling litigation against insurers. We're not talking about word processors as litigation platforms. We're talking about IBM Watson learning how to beat the chess masters, machine learning and analytics, he said. If there's a bad decision on a claim, law firms can now find that insurance company through the litigation marketing effort. They know because we have to file form changes. They have 12 months from when that filing is approved to go find our insurance with the old provision because we can't endorse the renewals quickly enough. They also know what our endorsement says. So, they feed it into the litigation platform to figure out, how do I beat the old endorsement language? How do I beat the new endorsement language? Petrelli said.